Yeah. I've heard people refer to a short sale as being a misdemeanor on your credit, why a foreclosure is a felony on your credit. And I say that tongue-in-cheek, but can you shed any light on, how does a short sale really affect you? How long does it affect you versus a foreclosure? And how does it affect you and how long it might affect you? Do you have any insights on that?
Well, it's funny because I get asked that question a lot. There's rules of thumb, and we have, a short sale will be on there for 3 years, foreclosure 3 to 5 years. Anyway, the whole point is when you're dealing with a foreclosure, it is going to be on your record for a lot longer. When you're dealing with a short sale, it's final. Let me give you an example. So if you're going into a foreclosure or short sale and you get to have your house negotiated, you get to the very end, you have an approval, you have the terms, it's there. You know what you're going to work with.
Gotcha.
To get a full release of liability on your approval letter, I think it's the best thing possible.
And when you say full release, I think you're referring to deficiencies. And,
absolutely.
Yeah, because we know we're in a non-deficiency state, which means that if you've got a first and a second, you go through a short sale, you darn well better take care of that second in the process. And I understand if you don't have a good negotiator, you could end up on the hook for that second. Is that true?
Well, yes, absolutely it is. So in my philosophy, and this is just coming from Kaylin, when I work on my approvals with my first and my second, that verbiage is really important to me. And let me explain why. Because at the very, very end, when the loan is closed and said and done, I want my clients to go, you know what, I can breathe again. I can have my life back. I don't have to worry about somebody knocking on my door and messing up my life. And I'm really passionate about that because I went through it, and it was painful. I mean, it really was painful.
Right.
But now it's not as painful because there's so much information out there. And to take a step forward and get it done, it relieves so much stress where you can go on and live your life again.
Right.
I always coin the phrase, there's life after a short sale. And that's what I really, really want to get across to people because it's not as scary as it may seem.
So excellent. So let me ask you this. What really is the likelihood of somebody getting a second mortgage actually, I don't know if the word's stripped off or dismissed, I don't know what the term is, but...
It's, in my experience, I can only come from there. I've been really fortunate, blessed. Out of the box, when I get a no, that's not good enough for me. I'm going to go until I find somebody to get a yes. There are penalties that might arise, meaning up front, I'll let my sellers know, hey, there might be where they want to have you contribute to that second. But you know what? In the long run, so what? It's minor. They're already getting free rent. I mean, if you look at it that way, they're getting free rent for this term, and it's a long term. So I want to engage my sellers as much as possible. Say, hey, this is a win-win for everybody. It's a win-win for you because you get free rent. At the end, if they want you to pony up a little bit, be prepared to do that. My job is to minimize as much as possible.
So, Kaylin, tell me, what is the likelihood of someone actually getting a second actually negotiated off their mortgage?